Good morning, Camino John here. First real walk of the month of June. I'm going to give you a quick shot of where I'm at. This is the street I typically walk down every morning doing my practice walks going to Mass. And this is my first official experimental video. And I say experimental because I'm trying out a whole bunch of new stuff and incorporating it in this video, and I think it's going to work out real well for us, and we'll see how the day unfolds and how everything turns out. And I can see that Mass has begun. Here you go, Pat. And the reason why I can tell is Father's not back there. Morning, Junior. And here's what it's like. Courtyard. And I'm here for Mass. Me again. A little fuel for the journey here. I just got done doing Mass and the opening part of Adoration. I'm walking down here, down Soledad Street, I believe, headed towards my next destination, which you'll find out about that later. But this is very important. Once again, today's video is really about dialing in all the technological stuff and the software and the pictures and the new GoPro camera, everything together, which I'm going to use on the Camino. So fuel up for a very long day. I just want to show you this little gem of a street right here. So that's Stockton Boulevard right there. It's rather industrial and ugly, but right off of Stockton Boulevard is this lovely, quiet little street. And I've walked down the street many times before in the past, but this is typical for like the late 40s, early 50s. You can tell by the architecture of the buildings, and then just how the street is laid out with the mow strip and everything else. This is not typical for later 50s style architecture or how, you know, urban planning development. So, but I like walking this way because that's rather peaceful and quiet. And just to give you an idea what it's like for me training in the morning. Hi, it's me again, and you've guessed where I've come. This is the back part of St. Mary's Cemetery. And over there is a Greek Orthodox cemetery, and beyond that is a county cemetery for veterans, I believe, and various other things that are out here. And this is a mausoleum, indoor and then the outdoor mausoleums. But I am here to stop by and say hello to my dad. And I believe, let's see here, George too. George Matranga. Used to go to church with him at Newman Center and the Veterans Court over here. So, and I'm saying prayers for Dad before coming here and turning on the video. This is the older part of St. Mary's Cemetery. And so there's most of the sections out here are taken up, and a lot of people, you know, their family have died who originally planted them in the ground. So it's like you have two generations are now gone. And you can see the difference where there's just hardly any flowers or flags or anything out here in this section, whereas the section on the other side of the mausoleum has quite a few flags. So, onward. Hi, it's me, and I've arrived at So far the walk today has been good. Let me turn around and talk to you. This is Tahoe Park in the middle of the neighborhood called Tahoe Park. Can't remember the name of that pool over there, but used to go to it as a kid. Not so fond memory of another child deciding to try to dunk me. Very terrifying. And there used to be a little kiddie pool right over here, which I see it's gone, and I think they might have migrated it someplace else. But this just gives you a flavor or feel of Sacramento. I mean, so far today you've seen pictures and things like that of different neighborhoods, and you go from you know, really nice to somewhat questionable to, oh my god, can't believe he's walking there, to, you know, a nicer neighborhood. So as you can see, just your typical neighborhood park with some kids playing soccer up there. So next up is to get a little snack at Corti Brothers. Back, and I just had my first quasi rest break. I say quasi because I didn't really get off my feet except to how should I say, relieve nature, and then I bought something to eat, and now I'm walking down Folsom Boulevard. So this gives you a flavor or feel of what my Saturday morning trainings are like and how you can train and get things done. The other thing I want to point out is you have to be careful walking on the sidewalk here, because you can easily trip and hurt yourself. And I know there's a section of concrete up here that I've not tripping and fallen down on, but banged my toe against. So I'm walking along C Street right here, and this right over here is part of the old, not cannery complex. I believe this is a can manufacturing outfit. There might have been a cannery back here earlier, but I'm now trying to finish off the final part of my really large leg for today, and then finally take a real break for a half an hour to get off my feet and get something in me. But this is what my Camino training is like on Saturdays. I push myself, I register to see what my body is doing and feeling. Getting close to noon now, but I'm here in lovely McKinley Park. So that's baseball diamonds over there, tennis courts, people doing something. And over here is the pool. I don't know if you can see the little water slide, I think. And beyond that is the playground, which I'm going to show you in a moment. All right. Like I said, here's the pool right there. But this is what I want to show you. This wonderful playground structure right here. And this is brand new within the last couple of years. A couple of years before that, or a summer before that, this used to be an older playground structure that burned to the ground due to arson or homelessness or something, I'm not sure what. So this is McKinley Park. Next stop, finally, lunch. Hi, it's me again. Had my afternoon rest, and right now I'm at Capitol Park, And this is the famous rose garden, and it is quite stunning. A number of colors. And the other thing too is they have little weddings out here, and a lot of wedding photography happens here at the rose garden. And then right over here is the California Vietnam's Veterans Memorial. I won't go in because I gotta make time, but you can see, very moving. And the park and grounds in general. So far I'm doing fairly well today. I was dragging before I had lunch, but after lunch I feel re-energized for the final 5 or so miles until I get home. I am on my way home now, but I'm at the old historic city cemetery, and it's quite beautiful. It's well worth anybody stopping by and taking a look. And typically I come cruising through here a little earlier in the day. There's people doing community service out here, courtesy of the sheriff department. Read between the lines, and their time here usually I think it's between like 4 and noon, because I've come cruising through here right before noon, right after noon, and they're basically calling it quits today. But as you can see how beautiful it is, rather well maintained, and believe it or not, there's still a few grave sites available here if you know who owns them and they're willing to part with them. Get buried with some history, I guess. Well, I'm a little over a mile away from my house, and this is William Land Park, and that's the outdoor stage, one of the duck ponds, baseball fields over there, and that is a city zoo. So I'm feeling pretty good. I took a little bit of a rest break at Vic's Cafe next to Vic's Ice Cream. I was jabbering with somebody there for about 10 minutes, and it's one of those providential things that you just have to do. I was feeling it in my body. I was pushing myself a little hard, and just taking that little 10-minute break in the cool air-conditioned space, and then downing my first glass of decaffeinated iced tea. Feel better now. So within 20 minutes I'll be home, and that's it for today's video. Once again, the zoo, fairy tale town over there, and William Land Park.